Have you ever wondered how some events in the world seem to be interconnected, as if everything follows a grand plan? What if I told you that one of the most remarkable prophecies about the end times is hidden in the book of Daniel? Get ready to uncover the prophecy of the 70 weeks and the prophecy of the final judgment. Daniel, at about 87 years old, was determined to seek answers about what God was doing in the world. After studying the scriptures and understanding the promise that Israel's exile would last 70 years, he realized that the time was drawing to a close. As he prayed fervently, the angel Gabriel appeared to reveal a divine plan of 490 years to redeem humanity and establish eternal justice. The prophecy of the 70 weeks found in the book of Daniel reveals astounding details about the past, present and future. Written with extraordinary divine precision, it describes events hundreds of years in advance, showing how everything is interconnected in a grand plan. This prophecy is more than a simple prediction. It is a testimony of God's sovereign control over history and his faithfulness in fulfilling his promises. As we delve into this prophecy, we are led to reflect on the magnitude of God's plan and how every detail perfectly fits to reveal the greatness of his purpose for humanity. Get ready to uncover the secrets behind this powerful message and how it can help us better understand not only the world around us, but also the role we play in this great divine scheme. Gabriel explained to Daniel that the prophecy of the 70 weeks was an extraordinary divine timeline, revealing God's plans for the redemption of humanity. These weeks of years were not just an arbitrary period, but a demonstration of divine care and precision in correcting past errors and paving the way for something magnificent. The first 49 weeks were dedicated to the rebuilding of Jerusalem, led by Nehemiah and others who faced immense challenges but persevered with faith. The remaining weeks were marked by the anticipation of the arrival of the Messiah, the Anointed One promised by God. When Jesus finally appeared, he fulfilled divine prophecies perfectly, showing how every detail aligned with God's perfect timing. The coming of the Messiah not only confirmed God's faithfulness to his promises, but also brought hope and salvation to all humanity. This part of the prophecy emphasizes the importance of patience and trust in God's plan, demonstrating that he acts at the right time and is in complete control of every event. Gabriel detailed to Daniel how the first 49 weeks of the prophecy of the 70 weeks would be dedicated to the rebuilding of Jerusalem, led by Nehemiah and other faithful individuals who faced unimaginable challenges but persevered with unshakable faith. The reconstruction of the city walls was not just a physical task but a powerful symbol of restoration and hope for the people of Israel. During these initial weeks, the people experienced God's faithfulness amid adversities and witnessed the fulfillment of divine promises. The walls built not only protected the city, but also represented God's protection and care for his chosen people. Each stone placed was a tangible reminder of divine love and faithfulness, setting the stage for the arrival of the Messiah in the years that followed. Gabriel also revealed to Daniel astonishing details about the rejection and death of the Messiah, Jesus Christ. He described how the Anointed One would be betrayed by one of his closest disciples, handed over to religious authorities, and sentenced to death on a cross. This prophecy not only pointed to the impending tragedy, but also to the redemptive purpose behind Christ's sacrifice. By being rejected and crucified, Jesus fulfilled not only the messianic expectations of the Jewish people, but also God's divine plan of salvation for all humanity. The death and resurrection of Jesus would become the central point of the story of redemption, demonstrating God's unconditional love for humanity and his ability to transform suffering into hope. The final week of the prophecy of the 70 weeks is a crucial period that still lies in the future, marked by extraordinary and challenging events. In these final 7 years, a world leader will emerge with promises of peace and prosperity, gaining the trust of many nations. However, midway through the week, after 3.5 years, this leader will betray expectations by breaking the peace agreement and establishing a reign of tyranny and oppression. The abomination of desolation will be set up, symbolizing the desecration of the sacred and the beginning of an unprecedented period of tribulation. This time will be characterized by persecution of the faithful, religious restrictions, and widespread suffering. It is at this moment that the faith of believers will be tested like never before, requiring courage and unwavering fidelity in the face of adversity. The prophecy highlights the importance of remaining vigilant and faithful to God even in the darkest moments, trusting in His sovereignty, and promises that evil will not prevail forever. The final week of the prophecy of the 70 weeks represents the climax of God's plan for humanity. During this 7-year period, cosmic and spiritual events of immense proportions will occur, marking the end times as foretold in the Holy Scriptures. The world leader who will rise at the beginning of the week, known as the Prince to Come, will bring a false peace that conceals his true evil nature. After 3.5 years, this leader will reveal his true intentions, breaking the peace agreement and establishing a reign of terror and oppression over humanity. The abomination of desolation prophesied will unleash a wave of despair and unprecedented tribulation, testing the faith of the faithful as never before. This period will serve as a time of purification and separation between the righteous and the wicked, paving the way for the glorious second coming of Christ. When Jesus returns in power and glory, He will defeat evil once and for all, restoring divine justice and establishing His eternal kingdom of peace and love. The final events described in the prophecy of the 70 weeks will not only conclude God's plan for Israel, but also mark the beginning of a new era for all humanity, where God will reign sovereignly over all creation. As we await the fulfillment of the prophecy of the 70 weeks and the second coming of Christ, we are called to reflect on our spiritual journey. Just as Daniel sought God in prayer and devoted himself to studying the Scriptures, we too must cultivate a life of intimacy with the Lord. This involves not only understanding the prophecies and divine plans, but also living according to the principles and values of God's kingdom. If you want to understand more about biblical prophecies and their meaning for our present days, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. May this knowledge strengthen your faith and hope in God's promises. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. May God bless you and your family.